The Earth is not only where humanity lives, but also the stage for countless, extraordinary natural phenomena. Today we will witness remarkable moments where science, life, and the power of nature come together in front of the camera. Bioluminescent seas occur when millions of planktonic organisms, such as dinoflagellates, emit blue light through a chemical reaction between luciferin and the enzyme luciferase inside their bodies. What looks like smoke is actually millions of tiny puffball mushroom spores. The wind carries them away, allowing the fungus to reproduce in new areas. The frightening part is that the fire does not spread only across the surface. It can quietly move through underground layers and suddenly emerge in a completely different location. This is one of the highest geothermal fields in the world, located more than 13,780 feet above sea level. A mysterious spherical beam of light suddenly appeared over a city in the United States. If there is one place to add to your travel bucket list, the fire waterfall would surely be a destination that sparks curiosity. It seems these giant jumping fish have completely ignored the risk of predators and chosen this spot as their own extraordinary gathering place.
Look at that color. I've never seen it this green.
It looks unreal. The clouds are moving so fast. Thunder's getting closer.
Yeah, here comes the rain.
Its incredible nature always finds a way to make people stop and stare in amazement. It's hard to believe the entire school of fish moves in such perfect harmony that it forms a giant swirling vortex in the open ocean. This scene reminds us that nature is not only beautiful, but also governed by incredibly harsh laws of survival. If you're ready to discover even more incredible moments, leave a comment below.
Up there, Jack, and then just come around, get back down again.
The outbreak of a fire whirl is a reminder that during dry seasons, strong convective winds can quickly become a serious hazard.
We've been flying that 100 meters all the way around, that 200 meters, 300.
This is not a supernatural phenomenon. It is the long-term leakage of a valuable energy resource. Mud volcanoes often appear in areas with strong tectonic activity or oil and gas basins where underground gases and liquids are under great pressure. Although they are usually much cooler than lava volcanoes, mud volcanoes can still erupt unexpectedly, releasing large amounts of mud and gas in a short time. If the gas is not properly ventilated, even a small spark can ignite a flame. It seems this is the moment to reconsider the ventilation system because small faults can sometimes lead to unpredictable consequences. This phenomenon only occurs with certain types of rock that have high hardness or a special crystal structure such as flint and quartz. Pumice is a lightweight volcanic rock with a porous structure containing many gas bubbles, allowing it to float on water. Azurite forms when groundwater rich in carbon dioxide reacts with copper ores, creating a copper carbonate mineral with its characteristic blue color over thousands to millions of years. Lodestone is magnetite and iron oxide formed in igneous or metamorphic rocks. The incredible speed of the rushing water turned the local traffic system into complete chaos in just a matter of seconds. This is an asperitas cloud, a rare weather phenomenon. They appear as dark wave-like formations that resemble an upside-down ocean. Imagine taking a relaxing walk through the park and suddenly stumbling upon an underwater hip-hop festival in full swing. After seeing this, it's easy to understand why monitoring weather radar and staying away from flood escape channels is so important.
Kata lagi gua. Bukan panjang ya. Panjang. Wah, itu lagi Eden. Ah, di mana nih kita ngumpul ya, Pak Batur? Ampun. Disiram terus.
A moment that seems to go beyond ordinary laws, but is actually the beautiful result of an optical phenomenon. Mother Nature is like a talented artist, creating illusions that make the boundary between reality and imagination seem fragile. What creates the light pillar is not magic, but the way hexagonal ice crystals suspended in the air act like countless tiny mirrors.
很奇特，就车过的时候那个太神奇了。
Do you feel that sunset moments like this always bring a special source of inspiration? This unusual color often appears when the air has high humidity or pollution causing sunlight to be refracted more strongly. A mountain glory is an optical phenomenon that occurs when sunlight shines on water, droplets in fog creating a brilliant halo around the observer's own shadow. Shelf clouds usually form along the leading edge of strong thunderstorms when cold air rushes down toward the ground and forces warm air upward. If nature were an artist, the sky would be the canvas and the clouds would be works of art that are never repeated. From the smallest details to majestic scenes, nature always knows how to make the human eye stop and admire. Cloud iridescence occurs when sunlight diffracts through ice crystals or supercooled water droplets inside a cloud, similar to the way light passes through a prism. What appears before our eyes today is proof of centuries of research, creativity, and continuous progress. Nature sometimes does not only create something beautiful, but also doubles the surprise with unforgettable phenomena like this. What happens in the sky reminds us that the atmosphere still holds countless wonders waiting for us to discover. This is not yet a tornado, but a funnel cloud. It appears when rapidly rotating air causes pressure to drop, making water vapor condense into a cloud tube hanging beneath the thunderstorm. If this cloud column continues to extend and touches the ground, it will change from a funnel cloud into a real tornado with winds strong enough to carry away everything in its path. Do not only admire the beauty of the sky, because these clouds may be a reminder to prepare before nature changes. The sky sometimes sends subtle signals, and macro clouds are one of those signs. Macro clouds do not pose a direct danger, but they often appear when a new air mass is approaching, indicating that the weather may change within the next several dozen hours. Nacreous clouds only appear when temperatures in the stratosphere fall below about 108 degF. Two heads are not the only remarkable thing. Its survival is the truly special story behind it. Nature always knows how to make us stare in amazement with unique moments that no one could predict. This is not only an adaptation developed through millions of years of evolution, but also proof of nature's remarkable ability to survive. What you are seeing is the result of hundreds of years of groundwater, quietly dissolving rock underground. It took only a few seconds for that hollow space to swallow the trees in the ground above. Without any human hands, nature can still create shapes that leave us amazed. Winter can be harsh, but it also creates natural moments so beautiful that they leave us astonished. A two-faced goat is not a mutation that creates an extra face, but is usually an extremely rare congenital condition called diprosopus. Who says snakes can only crawl in winding curves? This video will show you a completely different way of moving. This snake has not forgotten how to crawl. It is using rectilinear locomotion in which its muscles and belly scales take turns pushing the body forward.
Mira, Tanito, para hacer las rebosadas.
Could climate change be contributing to making locust outbreaks more difficult to control and more severe?
Se oye, cuidado,
Nature does not need major storms to make an impression. Sometimes just one moment after the rain is enough to leave us amazed. This is not a tsunami, but an enormous sheet of ice pushed toward the shore by strong winds, creating an ice wall with astonishing destructive power. This is a waterspout phenomenon that occurs when ocean waves strike cracks in the rocks with great force, creating a pressure that pushes the water high into the air. For storks, migration is not merely a flight, but a journey of thousands of kilometers to find places with more favorable food sources and climates. No strong winds or major storms are needed. Thousands of wings alone are enough to create a vortex that surprises many people. Although it looks as soft as snow seafoam after a storm, may contain bacteria and pollutants, so watching it from a distance is always the safer choice. Spring does not only bring warmer weather, it can also awaken frozen rivers and turn them into unpredictable hazards. At first glance, it looks like a surreal scene, but this is a beautiful display created by wind and moisture in the atmosphere. The mountain seems to have received special favor from the sky today, creating a view that makes everyone look up.
Where are the clouds? Where are clouds?
The humphead wrasse is one of the ocean's most impressive creatures. Birds have senses that are highly sensitive to small vibrations and infrasonic sounds that humans can barely detect, so they sometimes react before nature reveals its power. Have you ever witnessed a whirlwind as unusual and fascinating as this with your own eyes? Many people believe meteors glow because of friction, but the main cause is the extreme compression of the air in front of the meteor. A scene like this would certainly surprise many people, But how would you react if you encountered it in real life? The sky over Valencia, Spain, turning a brilliant red on the evening of November 20 was believed to have been caused by the appearance of lenticular clouds. What creates the impressive spiral shape is not the cloud itself, but the rotating airflow inside it, while the water vapor simply allows us to see that movement. Mother Nature always knows how to remind us that no matter how far humanity develops, we are still only small guests on Earth. What appears to be a rock spraying water is actually a sign that an underground aquifer is releasing pressure through cracks beneath the ground. Nature always knows how to create things far beyond imagination, making people stop and stare in amazement. A cloud waterfall occurs when moist air is forced across a mountain range. As it rises, it becomes colder, causing water vapor to condense into clouds that then continue flowing down the mountainside under the influence of the wind. This must be an interesting problem for physicists, as the phenomenon leaves many people curious about the principle behind it.
Eso era, ¿no? Por eso era.
Ahí se ve, cuando se levanta.
Do not worry too much. This scene is actually only the result of a small natural landslide.
Baba.
The leg muscles and the vestibular system in the inner ear help goats continuously adjust their posture in an instant, even on very narrow rock ledges. The road today is not only for cars, but is also welcoming thousands of special guests with adorable little footsteps. Could actions like this be quietly contributing to increasingly serious environmental damage? The most frightening part of a debris flood is not only its mass, but also its speed and kinetic energy, which are enough to completely reshape the terrain in just a few dozen seconds.
This is really weird. It is rain.
The rain forms beneath one very localized cloud, meaning the boundary between rain and sunshine may be only a few dozen meters apart.
This is like sci-fi. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! What the heck? What the heck? And it's gone.
This is the signal Mother Nature is sending, reminding us to return to a safe place before the thunderstorm truly arrives. With each passing year, changes in the weather make more people question the warming of the planet. If Earth had its own color palette, perhaps Rainbow Valley in Iran would be the place where its most impressive shades are preserved. If you were a biologist, would you be able to identify this unusual fungus at first glance? Bioluminescent seas create a scene that looks as though it came from a fairy tale, but be careful because some plankton can affect human health. Do you think this is a layer of ice in reality? It may be traces left by tiny organisms living on the tree. Tumbleweeds do not simply roll with the wind. They also tell the story of a dry season gradually approaching this land. A large tumbleweed can weigh nearly 100 pounds, but its hollow structure and enormous wind-catching surface still allow strong winds to push it across the desert. This is certainly one way to make winter more interesting, but it surely comes with plenty of trouble as well. Sea foam after a storm forms when large waves churn seawater, rich in organic matter, creating millions of tiny bubbles that stick together into massive blankets of foam. A storm drain is designed like a giant funnel, so water can flow evenly from every direction, reducing turbulent flow and improving drainage efficiency. This type of fire inside a tree usually occurs when lightning passes through the tree, burning the inner core instead of destroying the entire tree immediately. The pink color of Lake Maharlu is not caused by the reflection of the sky, but by the rapid growth of salt-loving microalgae and certain halophilic bacteria.
We can zoom in.
That's trippy as fuck.
Each of these crystal spheres contains dozens of salamander embryos. The surrounding jelly acts like a natural cradle, helping maintain moisture and protect the next generation before they hatch.
बादलों में से अचानक से बड़ा सा झाड़ गांव में जगह एक जगह यहाँ है.
At first glance, it looks like a white cloud in the sky, but it is actually industrial emissions and should not be approached directly.
जो है वो इकट्ठा हो गए हैं इसे देखने के लिए और ये जो भी चीज है उसमें झाग काफी मात्रा में है और ठंडा भी लग रहा है हाथ और
Would you like to visit these beautiful bioluminescent beaches one day and witness this ocean wonder with your own eyes? This is the pillawa nut, a type of seed that naturally contains a black resin capable of causing severe burning and skin irritation. Sea lilies usually remain attached to rocks or coral reefs, but they can swim by using their feather-like arms to move when necessary. This is surely the moment every fisherman hopes for when the sea delivers an unexpected gift. Not every fire is out of control. At Kaiser Canyon, the flames are used intentionally as part of a plan to protect the ecosystem. Nature sometimes needs no warning at all. Just a single moment is enough to create a lifetime memory for visitors. Millions of water droplets, too small for the naked eye, to see come together to transform sunlight into a colorful display without a single drop of paint. Without artificial colors, nature can still create unique masterpieces using nothing but its own power. Cloud iridescence does not produce its own light. It is an optical phenomenon created when sunlight is diffracted through countless tiny water droplets or ice crystals. A breathtaking work of art from nature, but behind it may lie the opening act of a powerful storm. The ocean is not dividing itself. Only the colors are separated, created momentarily by millions of sediment particles and changing physical conditions. The sky that day seemed to be taken over by an enormous winged army, creating a rare spectacle in nature. Have you ever witnessed a flock of migrating birds crossing the sky? If the sky were putting on a performance, today's birds would surely be the stars of this beautiful show. Strong geothermal activity occurs only where the Earth's crust is thin or tectonically active, allowing heat from deep underground to reach much closer to the surface than usual. Kauai is one of the very few places in the world with enough sulfur gas and high enough temperatures to produce the famous blue fire phenomenon. Snow mushrooms form when snow continuously accumulates on a tree stump, rock, or wooden post. Wind and temperatures below 32 degF gradually build up the snow, creating the characteristic mushroom cap. This mushroom species is called Lemmuria asiatica. It is toxic and is only considered safe to eat if it is thoroughly cooked. This eternal flame phenomenon has existed for many decades, even more than 60-70 years. This is a natural phenomenon known as an earth fire in a village in Chongqing, China. In addition to steam, fumaroles also release gases such as carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide. It is the hydrogen sulfide that creates the distinctive smell of rotten eggs around these areas. Behind the beauty of the geyser lies tremendous heat from beneath the earth, where steam temperatures can exceed 350 degrees. This phenomenon usually occurs when a tree is pruned during its active growing season, causing sap or water under pressure to spurt out from the cut. The water is not produced by the tree itself, but by water pressure that builds up after rainfall and escapes through natural cracks. Behind this unusual sight is a familiar biological process as cicadas expel excess fluid after feeding on tree sap. Bioluminescent seas are proof that even the smallest organisms can come together to create one of the ocean's most spectacular light shows. A moment that seems to break familiar laws, making even scientific researchers curious. The sparks, or electrical charges, that appear when rocks collide are not magic, but the result of electron movement in the breaking of crystal bonds in an instant. Some types of rock, such as quartz, can generate voltage when compressed or struck. This is called the piezoelectric effect, in which mechanical energy is converted directly into electrical energy. What is burning is not the mountain or the rock layer, but fossil fuel formed millions of years ago that continues to escape to the surface. This is euperlite, a type of syenite rock containing fluorescent sodalite found mainly in the Great Lakes region of the United States. Not every fish swims horizontally. The razorfish spends most of its life in a vertical position, turning its unusual swimming posture into perfect camouflage. Being only a few inches long does not make flatworms any less remarkable, because their unique shape is their greatest advantage. The eagle owl is one of the largest owl species in the world, famous for its brilliant orange eyes, ear-like feather tufts, and highly effective nighttime hunting abilities. For these special visitors, perhaps there is no better place than a banana garden full of their favorite food. Life never stops finding ways to adapt, because in nature, only the traits best suited to the environment can continue to survive. A turtle was seen with numerous remoras attached to its body and shell. This relationship is a form of symbiosis in which the remoras gain transportation and leftover food while the turtle has parasites removed. Migration is not only about escaping the cold. For many bird species, it is a survival strategy to find richer food sources and more favorable breeding conditions. Electric rays are masters of camouflage, burying themselves in the sand to hide and ambush their prey. For goats, having two horns is normal, but a third horn has made this individual a truly remarkable feature of nature.
In here, we have a giant squid. There he is right there, okay? We're gonna bite through.
A squid's ability to change color is not only for camouflage, it is also how they communicate, express emotions, and respond instantly to every danger in the ocean.
Oh my gosh, do it again, do it again, do it again. Oh. One more time. Mean. Let's put him back in there. Oh, he's hungry. Before he gets back. Look at that. That's insane. No joke.
Many fish are highly sensitive to changes in atmospheric pressure. They may change their swimming behavior, become more active, or even leap out of the water. This time, Mother Nature seems to be returning to reclaim what originally belonged to her after a long period of human alteration. Not every population of humpback whales knows this technique. It is a learned behavior passed from one individual to another and is considered a form of animal culture.
Oh God. Gross. Imagine you just want to go to church and this is what you see.
Do you know the name of the special visitors covering this road?
Woo! This is the side of my house. Didn't think we'd see them this soon in the year, but here they are.
Each herring spawning season not only creates a new generation, but also feeds an entire food chain from seabirds to giant whales. If it were you, would you be brave enough to reach out and touch this strange thing? Or would you rather stand back and observe? Spring not only brings warmth, but also awakens massive ice formations, creating the powerful spectacle of ice breakup. When strong winds arrive, outdoor structures enter their toughest test of strength and safety. In fire emergencies, gas is always a concerning variable, making the situation much more difficult to handle. When nature decides to help with the move, everything happens much faster. Unfortunately, no one asked for that help. Flood waters are always the most relentless repossessor, with the power to carry away everything in their path. Nature is always astonishing, and keeping a safe distance is the key to exploring it without paying the price. When Mother Nature becomes angry, the smartest choice is not to confront her, but to get to a safe place as quickly as possible. After this challenge, the man will probably officially add ice to his list of friends best admired from a distance.
Kissing somebody.
In your country, are motorcycles insured the same way as cars? Fortunately, no one was inside the dormitory at the time. Otherwise, the consequences could have been far more serious. Some experiences happen only once, and this is probably a moment the man will remember for the rest of his life. In your opinion, what is the better place for a memorable party, the safety of indoors, or the inspiration of the outdoors? I know this is a moment to be serious, but some situations make a smile appear when you least expect it. Nature can create breathtaking scenery, but it also reminds us to respect the power of the landscape. Do not stop to watch once nature has sent a warning, because rocks and debris can come down faster than you think. Could the changes created by humans be making many areas more vulnerable to landslides? It seems nature chose a new place to appear today, turning a homeowner's backyard into somewhere no one ever expected. When flying into the wind, the speed of the airflow over a bird's wings is nearly equal to its flight speed. This allows it to generate enough lift, even while appearing almost motionless relative to the ground. The flock is not circling because it is lost. It is taking advantage of rising warm air to gain altitude and synchronize its formation before the long migration ahead. An ice disk is proof that nature can perform its own kind of mechanical engineering. Have you ever witnessed a miraculous natural phenomenon like this with your own eyes? This is the Darvaza gas crater located in the Karakum Desert of Turkmenistan. These are the famous mud volcanoes located in Gobustan National Park, Azerbaijan. The country is home to more than half of all the mud volcanoes in the world. The waterfall tree is not an ordinary natural waterfall. It is believed to be a mineral-rich spring flowing through the base of an ancient tree, gradually forming layers of limestone around its trunk. But which country are you enjoying this incredible moment from? Leave a comment and let us know. When the groundwater level drops, most of the water evaporates before reaching the surface, leaving only steam and hot gases to escape, turning red spouter into a steam vent. Geothermal vents commonly occur in areas with geological or volcanic activity beneath the seafloor. The flame appears when methane gas escaping from underground meets a heat source, creating flames that flare up directly on the surface. A geothermal mud pot is a sign that an active geothermal system still exists below, where water, heat, and gas continuously interact just beneath the Earth's crust. After this scene, manhole covers will certainly no longer make me feel at ease. A strange natural phenomenon is appearing before your eyes. Do you know what it is called? Temperatures at the Io volcanoes can exceed 100 degrees, but what you are seeing is not smoke from burning. It is mainly superheated steam carrying volcanic gases. Are there any geology experts watching this video? Share your knowledge to help explain this unusual scene. What is burning is not the rock itself, but the layer of sulfur coating its surface or lying within its cracks. Rihai Hot Spring is located in the Rihai Geothermal Scenic Area in Tengchong, China, and is famous for its boiling mud pots, geysers, and distinctive geothermal landscape. The rock does not produce its own light. It absorbs energy from ultraviolet rays and then releases it again as visible light only a few millionths of a second later. Every like you leave gives us motivation to continue searching for and compiling more extraordinary moments from nature. What you are seeing is an exothermic chemical reaction. Water transforms a compound inside the rock into gaseous fuel, and then a spark ignites the burning process in an instant. Nature always hides surprises, and quartz is one example of the power concealed inside minerals. These brilliant red crystals are not dyed. They form as lead, vanadium, and chlorine crystallize layer by layer in inside rock cracks over millions of years. The winding trail of light in the distinctive cloud usually appear when a medium-range ballistic missile travels into the upper atmosphere. A substance forms when sunlight reflects off millions of horizontally aligned hexagonal ice crystals inside cirrostratus clouds. This phenomenon usually occurs when a rocket is launched at sunrise or sunset, causing water vapor in the exhaust to condense into ice crystals and scatter sunlight. Do not blink too quickly, because this unusual phenomenon may make you think the sky has two suns at the same time. Have you ever seen the sun appear this large and impressive before? The purple color appears when the angle of the sun, the height of the clouds, and tiny particles in the atmosphere combine perfectly, creating one of nature's most beautiful light displays. The wonder of a rainbow does not lie in its colors, but in the fact that every tiny water droplet contributes a ray of light to create a giant picture across the sky. When layers of air with different temperatures, humidity levels, and wind speeds collide, they create folds along the cloud base, making it look like giant scales. Did you have to watch this moment a second time to make sure of what you had just seen? Nature always has unique forms, and sometimes even identifying an animal becomes a challenge. The mandarin duck is one of the most colorful duck species in the world, and it is naturally distributed across East Asia. It may look strange, but these are actually just the aerial roots of the dawn redwood, a unique natural feature. A garden needs no planting because the cold itself created these beautiful ice flowers in Tangwanghe. Winter sometimes creates unbelievable images as frost transforms trees into unique natural works of art. A freezing soap bubble is a beautiful phenomenon that occurs when temperatures fall below approximately 20 degF to 5 degF, depending on the composition of the solution and wind conditions. It looks as though it is throwing its entire body sideways, but in reality, only a few points on its belly touch the ground, helping the snake conserve energy and avoid the hot sand. This is an image of light refraction, creating a rainbow usually produced with an optical prism. At first glance, it looks like nothing more than a dry branch, but this is actually a stick insect from the genus Trichopeplus, a master of camouflage shaped by millions of years of evolution. This effect should only be performed in an open area and at a safe distance from others because boiling water is always dangerous before it has time to turn into ice crystals. Each water droplet sends only one color to your eyes, but millions of droplets together assemble a colorful bridge across the sky. Leafcutter bees often gather into a large cluster on tree trunks to defend themselves against predators. Perhaps the appeal of sunset lies in the fact that every time it appears, it brings a completely different kind of beauty. What makes deep-sea creatures so remarkable is not magic, but millions of years of evolution that have allowed them to adapt to one of the harshest environments on Earth. When ants lose the pheromone trail of the queen or the worker ants leading the way, they begin following the scent of the ant directly in front of them, creating a death spiral. Beneath the seemingly calm mud, methane is continuously produced. When it reaches the surface and meets a heat source, it can create the remarkable sight of fire burning on water. Where you live, has winter ever created scenes so remarkable that you had to stop and admire them? These colorful butterflies are surely the kind of sight that leaves you feeling calm and filled with positive energy. Behind every unusual feature of a living creature is an evolutionary journey to overcome nature's challenges. Like, subscribe, and share so you do not miss the next incredible discoveries.